This is Sarah.
And this is Susan, and welcome to Shh and Shut Up.
Where are you? Shh, because we can't shut up.
Hey guys!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Uh, I'm really excited for this week's episode.
I'm a little afraid for this week's episode, but I think it'll be fun.
No, I think I actually came up with good questions, but
Okay.
for this week's episode, I'm going to be interviewing Sarah. So, like, Sarah's the guest, but
I am our guest star today. Co-host and guest star.
so it's all about Sarah. So, do you want to is there anything that happened that you want to share about before we jump in?
Frankly, pretty uneventful last 2 weeks.
Same.
I
Like,
mean, my dad came to visit. Maddie
oh,
came up for my
wait,
white
guys, we're
coat.
missing the fact that Sarah literally had her white coat ceremony. Don't know if you saw that on our Instagram, but
Instagram.
she's she's official. So
I'm
that's really
official in that I got to put on a coat. I mean, it's like the start of my doctorate degree journey, I
yeah.
guess. I mean, it's a big deal, I
It's a
guess.
big deal. Don't
It
downplay
just
this.
feels silly a little bit, but
It's
it's
not
fun.
silly. It's important. I mean, maybe it's like a silly tradition, but like I don't know. I think it's fun and I think it's special.
It's fun. And now I have a white lab coat looking thing that has my name embroidered into it, and that's kind of epic.
That is epic. I think that's cool.
I'll wear it for every day now. Just kidding, I won't, but I could.
You could. You should run your marathon in it.
Oh, that's an option for sure. That'd that'd be so uncomfy. I feel like I would chafe in like my armpits.
Yeah, that would actually be probably the worst experience.
Yeah, that'd suck. Anyway, that's all that's really happened for me in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, nothing has happened for me. Um, the only thing that's happened for me is I'm officially a real Eagles fan, guys.
Okay, okay. She watched football one time and she becomes an Eagles
No, I'm
fan.
well, no, I this is my first
I'm
time I've
joking.
watched
I'm
this is my
joking.
I know, I'm just saying this is my first time I've watched a whole Eagles game that wasn't a Super Bowl game.
I'm proud of you. That's
That's
far
yeah,
more football than I've watched.
because I was told that, when determining whether I was going to be Pittsburgh team fans or Philadelphia team fans, um, Philadelphia.
I couldn't have even told you where these teams were from.
I'd much rather be an Eagles fan than a Steelers fan. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
Taylor Swift's an Eagles fan.
well, not anymore because
Not anymore, but she once
now
was,
her
but she
fiance's
once
on the Chiefs.
was.
Except Travis dropped the ball like well, he didn't actually drop it. He didn't touch it. He missed two catches in this game that are like probably the reason why they lost because it was against the
I've
Chiefs.
been being told that he's been playing poorly this year.
Yeah, the Chiefs have lost like all their games so far this season, which is I think just two, but still,
Still,
they're usually better.
fair enough.
But yeah, anyways. So, come on, Taylor Swift's boyfriend.
Come on.
Do better.
He's not her boyfriend, he's her fiance,
My bad.
Susan.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway.
Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna treat Sarah as if she's a guest and introduce her really quick.
Okay. Okay, take it away, Susan.
Okay.
I'm like, Susan didn't even let me see the questions before either. So
I
I'm
knew exactly
truly
what
like a
Sarah's
guest here.
reaction. I knew exactly what Sarah's reaction was gonna be when I said those
You do know me pretty well.
Anyways, sorry. I'm like crying.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So, for those of you who don't know Sarah, this is Sarah. Sarah is, whoa. Sorry, my screen just glitched and it made my brain glitch.
That's okay. Brain glitch
Anyway,
happen.
anyways,
What?
so
My words didn't even make sense. Brain glitches happen. It's okay. Everything glitches. Go ahead,
we're
continue.
all glitching.
Yeah.
It's a simulation. Just kidding.
Oh,
It's not.
oh,
I actually
oh.
don't believe that, guys. Okay,
Okay.
Sarah. Hey, Sarah is a 22-year-old first-year PharmD student at the University of Utah. She graduated from U of A in May, which is University of Arizona, just for clarification purposes.
Yes.
And she's originally from just outside of Portland, Oregon.
True.
And I don't know. I'm super excited to have her answer my questions
I'm
today.
afraid. We should tell everyone also that I'm 5'1" because people have told me a few times when they meet me in like real life, like like my old roommate. Like that's what surprised them the most is that I'm actually really that I'm so short.
But it's okay what she makes up for. Wait, what she lacks in height, she makes up for in personality.
Oh yeah, I'm loud enough for the whole world too.
Yeah,
So
but perfect loud.
I'm just saying. That's what Paige told me she was most surprising when she met me the first time was that I was so
Which page?
short. Well, Paige, I met gay Paige
Oh,
in real
before you
life
get. Yeah, that's true.
first, but roommate Paige or my Paige,
Yeah, brown
brunette
hair.
Paige, brown hair Paige, that Paige.
That page.
She listens to the podcast even.
Hi, Paige. Okay, so first, my first like question type thing that I want you to answer is just like without thinking about it too hard, what are the three words you would use to describe yourself? There'll be a reason for this later.
Okay. Three words I'd use to describe myself.
Yes.
Loud, passionate,
Mm.
and stubborn. Okay, I love it. I mean, are those inaccurate?
No,
Okay.
I don't think they're inaccurate.
I mean, maybe if I thought some more, there could be some better ones in there too, but that's what I come up with off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, I think those are good. So, okay. One of the things that some people don't know about Sarah is
Mm-hmm.
maybe actually everyone listening knows this,
Quizás.
is that you have your pilot's license.
Oh, it's true. I do.
So one thing that I find super interesting about you is like your journey from like becoming like you are a pilot, you're licensed, but like your journey of like basically career path.
Yeah.
So I want to know how you got from wanting to be a pilot and like because I know you previously said that when you got your pilot's license, like you were thinking possibly that career wise.
Hmm.
So I want to know like what was your journey and your experience in like landing where you are today in graduate school to become a PharmD?
Yeah. Well, so I got my pilot's license when I finished getting my pilot's license when I was 17. So I started while I was still 16. Um, so pretty young, but bef before that, I had thought a lot about my career, what I wanted it to be, and for a long time I thought I wanted to do like pediatric physical therapy. That
Mm.
was like kind of what I thought I wanted my career plan to be for a long time. And then I realized that maybe wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. And so then I kind of did a little bit of career searching. I thought, other than while I was like basically while I was getting my pilot's license, but pretty much the rest of my life, I kind of knew I wanted to go into medicine. Um, I don't know, probably people don't know this, but I had a foster sister when I was in elementary school, late elementary school, who had a lot of medical needs. And so I think when I was like pretty young, I got to like kind of I mean, help as much as like a fourth, fifth grader can, but like see all of her like intricate care needs, and I made me really interested and like kind of passionate about medicine.
Mhm.
But I didn't really know where, like, there's a lot that you can do in the medical field, and I didn't really know where that was. So for a long time, I thought it would be physical therapy, like maybe working like with kids with like cerebral palsy or like other sorts of like autism, like all the anything
Yeah.
like that. Um, Sorry, this is probably a longer explanation than you
No,
wanted.
no, I want the full story.
And then, okay, well, good, because you're getting it. And then in high school, I started doing some shadowing. So I shadowed, like, my mom's a NICU nurse, so I got to shadow in the NICU. And then this is how we got to the pilot thing. That's where we're going. But then I also shadowed a life flight nurse or a couple of life flight nurses.
That's cool.
So when I was doing that, I got to see, like, the helicopter and I got to see their airplanes, and then, like, all of their equipment. And while I was there, um, I got to talk a lot to like the pilot or one of the pilots who worked there, but he was the one who was working that day, and I realized I was actually super interested in flying planes. So when I started flying planes, I didn't know if I wanted to do like if I was like, okay, I'll for sure go like the life flight route, like so that I could still be in medicine kind of, but like flying planes, or if I wanted to go more like the commercial route. By the time I finished getting my pilot's license, I thought I would want to go more the commercial route. But I was still like for most airlines you have to have a 4-year degree. So like I was just gonna still I was already like committed to Arizona, so I was still gonna go to U of A. I still wanted to study biochem because I didn't feel super confident in my choice to
Okay,
like become a pilot.
sorry, I have a question. So,
Yeah,
um, you say like you knew you wanted to study biochem, and I feel like for me as a high schooler, like that would have never crossed my mind to study.
fair, fair. Yeah.
So, why, like, what made you choose biochem? And like also, what made you choose like you're coming from Portland, so what made
Hmm.
you choose the University of Arizona?
Okay, yeah.
Sorry to like
So
interject your storyline.
no, you're good. And like I'll just kind of quick finish my storyline and then go to biochem, why
Yeah.
I chose biochem. But so basically then I just I started studying biochem. After I finished getting my license, I started studying biochem because my plan was kind of like continuing to flying airplanes while in Tucson was inconvenient and a little hard for a few reasons. I didn't have a car freshman year, all these things. So I was just focusing on school and then my plan was to come back to flying planes. Um, and then I realized that I think flying planes is a really fun hobby. It didn't feel like the right career for me. And I make choices logically, but I also make choices based on how I feel often, and it just didn't feel right. So that's when I like kind of decided for sure I was going to pursue something in medicine.
Okay.
Um, I chose biochem because in high school and forever, but especially in high school, I really love and still I really loved chemistry. And I
It's
did
an
really well.
anomaly.
Yeah, I know it's weird, but
It's a good weird. Someone needs
yeah,
to
it's
like
fine.
chemistry.
Someone has to like chemistry, but like I did really well in my chem classes and I really enjoyed it. And then I also had taken like I liked my IB bio class was really hard, but I felt like it was the class that I learned the most in like all of my high school. Like
Mm.
all of my classes in high school, I feel like IB bio is where I learned the most about how to study, but then also like actual content. And so I realized I learned in like exploring some major options that I thought biochem would help me like it would be
Hmm.
open up a lot of different medical career options potentially, and I would get to take a lot of bio. I would get to take bio, I'd get to take chem, and then I would get to like integrate them both together, which I didn't know initially how much I loved like biochem itself, because I probably didn't fully understand what biochem was, frankly. But I
Valid.
ended up like, well, I really thought
So,
about changing my major a lot freshman year, but I
yeah.
loved biochem.
So your freshman year, or like when you started college, because we didn't know each other.
Hmm.
Because ever since I've known you, like your plan has been to be going to pharmacy school.
Yeah.
But so like when you started, you like didn't know exactly still what part of the medical field you wanted to go into.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I realized maybe my senior year of high school, kind of freshman year of college, that pharmacy was even an option. I think I didn't know before then that pharmacists did so much. Like I really saw pharmacist as like the person at CVS,
No,
right?
that's
Like,
because that's like before I met you and you educated me. Like all I think of as for a pharmacist is like you just like count pills all day.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of it like wasn't even really on my radar. But when I shadowed in the NICU, I got to see the pharmacist a little bit. And then after that, I was lucky enough that my mom had some connections, like because of being a NICU nurse, that I got to talk to some pharmacists. And I realized that a hospital pharmacist was probably kind of the perfect bridge between like just loving chemistry, but also wanting to do patient care and like actually getting to deal with patients because I thought about med school and I thought about being a couple different kinds of doctors, but I realized that wasn't really what I wanted to do. Like that didn't feel like the right choice for me either.
Yeah.
So I made like pharmacy. I think I was like pretty set on pharmacy by the end of my freshman year of
Okay.
college.
Yeah. That's so cool. I love always like hearing you say that because it's just like a cool journey that
Yeah.
I didn't know about until we had like a conversation like a year ago in a Dairy Queen parking lot.
Yeah.
Like that's where I figured all of this out for the first time. Yeah. Okay. Well, I love that journey. So along like I guess like your undergrad experience that at
Yeah.
least I've known you, you have been so involved. Like you are such an involved person, and I feel like you always have so many different friend groups. And something that I admire about you is that I feel like you are at least like the best example to me of maintaining friendships. Like
Thank you.
you're just like that's just I've always been like so shocked. Not shocked because like I think like you wouldn't that's not something you would be good at, but just because I think most people aren't as good as it as you. But I want to know like what is in your mind like what's the key to maintaining friendships? Because a lot like well and now especially, but like even in undergrad like a lot of your friendships were out of state even or like different groups of friends, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about this before, but not to toot my own horn, but I think one of my greatest strengths is prioritizing the things that are important to me. Like if something is
Agreed.
important to me, I will make the time for it,
She will. Like,
regardless of what it is.
I can
It doesn't
vouch for
matter
that.
how full my plate is. Like if something and someone is important to me, then there's room on my plate for them.
And as her friend, sorry to interject you, to
No, go ahead.
interrupt you. One thing like you will like if you're friends with Sarah, you know that like she makes you feel like a priority. Like not only does she prioritize you, but like you feel prioritized.
Thank you. I'm glad because
Yeah.
sometimes I really do choose to have 1,700 things on my plate. Like there have been times
She
when
said
it's
this
like
earlier.
there are too many things. But I like to be busy, but my friends, I don't know. I just think the key is like you don't have there's some friendships of mine that I've maintained for a really long time. I talk to them every single day. Like like I talk to you pretty much every day. I talk to my other bestie Maddie like
Maddie.
every day. Not like every day. I talk to Maddie every day,
Yeah.
right? And but then I have some other friendships where it's like I talk to them when I'm thinking about them, or like when they're in town or I'm in town, then I talk to them. Or like I have a friendship that I've maintained since elementary school, and that friend moved away in elementary school, and we're still friends. Like I had dinner with her like a couple weeks ago,
Like
and
that's
I just think the
crazy.
key is like it is a little crazy, but the key is just like if someone is, I think if someone's important to you, like tell them they're important to you, talk to them, and
Mhm.
like I don't know. I think it's just a choice to talk to people. And if you want to still be friends with someone, then you make time to talk to them. Even if it's just like all you do is you
Yeah.
text them, then that's a start. I don't know. That's at least what I do. Is it's just like my friends are important to me, so they're always on my mind. I think about them, I pray about them, and I text them when I'm thinking about them and
Hmm.
just see how things are going.
Yeah. I don't know. I love that. I just think you're so good at that too. Because
Thank you.
I think it's really easy to get overwhelmed with not overwhelmed with friendships, but just like overwhelmed in life. And then like sometimes like the people you don't see all the time are the pe are like that's like the things that slip, right? When you're
Yeah,
figuring
for
it out.
sure.
And I think you just do such a good job at not letting that slip. Or
Thank you.
or even if it like not that it slips, but like even if it's a while before you're like good at reaching back out. I don't know. I just love
Hmm.
that about you. I just love you.
Thank you. I
Um,
love you too.
uh, so I guess on the basis of friends and friendship, you are also the oldest
Hmm.
of an all-girl household.
Yes.
And so I'm a youngest child. You're an
Uh-huh.
oldest child.
It is. It's
So
true. I
it
don't have
is
very many youngest child friends. You're special in that way.
okay, we can discuss that later. But this is about you. But as an oldest child, do you think that you're like I guess like being raised as not being raised as an oldest child, but just the fact that you were an oldest child
Yeah.
while being raised. Do you think being the oldest daughter and growing up in a girl household like has affected, I guess like Well, like you loved kids. Like I was just thinking about this while you're talking about like what you wanted to do and like you wanted to maybe be like a pediatric physical therapist. Like if you know Sarah, like everything she wants to do, like she just you like children and babies
Yeah,
and all those things, which is amazing. Do you feel like being the oldest sibling has like affected like has like I guess like steered
like
you on
influence that, do you
yeah,
think? Is that what you're
influence.
asking?
Yeah.
I think I'm probably yes. Probably being the oldest, like it means like when my sisters were born, like I wanted to help, but I think also just as a person, like innately, like you can ask my mom or like my parents even, like my whole entire life, like since as long as I can remember, as long as my parents can remember like my existence, like I've just wanted to be a mom. Like even when like my sister that's after me, Al and I are like 20 months apart. So like I was a baby when Al was born.
Yeah.
Like realistically, like I was a year and a half old, really.
Yeah.
But my mom was telling me recently like that even then I would sometimes often to detriment, but like I would try and insert myself and like I wanted to help or I'd like try and push Al's stroller around even though I couldn't see over a stroller. I just like always
Yeah.
wanted that. So I think probably, and I'm also one of the oldest cousins on both sides of the family. So
Mm.
like I also, and I'm the oldest girl cousin, like on my mom's side, especially with, and we're closer with them. So I think I was always around like kids and babies. So that probably definitely influenced it, where I just have always been comfortable around like a baby's never been
Yeah.
scary to me, you know?
Yeah.
But I think also just like personality as a person, I don't know. I've just like always loved kids and babies and like I knew that's where I want my career to be.
Hmm.
Like as great as adults are, like I just have this special, I feel like connection with children.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that answers the
No,
question.
that's like that does answer my question. I love that. So as like one of your goals in life is to be a mom.
Yeah, probably my
Um
biggest goal.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but that's that's what I thought.
Top of my list. I have a lot of goals. I like goals, but that's my top goal.
Yes, you are such a driven person. But as that being like one of your biggest goals, I want to know, are there any like do you see people make videos online of like these are the rules for my future children? Do you
I do
have like
sometimes see those.
do you have like one thing that you're like, yes, like I will like this will be something I do with my future children or like no, my kids will never do this? Do you like have any of
That's a
those
good
things
question.
that just like you're
Like
like,
off the top of my head,
yeah.
I think about some of them like some things a lot. Like people, I feel I hear a lot on the internet about people's opinion on sleepovers.
Mm.
Um,
Were you allowed to
s-
have sleepovers growing up?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
I was always
And
allowed to have
oh
sleepovers, but
yeah.
some of my friends weren't.
Okay. Wait, is never mind. I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
like did Maddie like was she allowed to have a sleepover at your house? Because I know you slept over at my
Maddie
house
wasn't
all the
allowed to have
time.
sleepovers at all when we were first friends.
Okay, that was just later.
And then I don't know, at some point her mom was like, "Yes, Sarah can sleep over." And then
Because you're awesome.
yeah, of course. And then at some point I just started sleeping over there all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, I don't
So
know.
you
I
were. And do you feel like being able to have sleepovers like do you feel like that negatively affected you at all?
No, I don't think it negatively affected me. I do see how at sleepovers kids can make some bad choices. But
Do you have any bad choices you'd like? Do you have any examples you wanted to share?
I have nothing to get off my chest here, but like I can remember being in like elementary school or middle school where looking back I'm like I probably shouldn't have done that.
Middle school girls are just weird.
Are just weird and like
Unfortunately.
I mean, I didn't do anything crazy. We know I've always loved a rule. I don't know. I like there are things I'm like super I don't know. I just like I can't wait to like watch my kids choose like a sport, choose activities that they like love.
And our
And
yeah.
I get to be like happy for them to succeed and like practice things. Like I can't wait for that type of stuff. Can't wait to be a soft parent. Like still a parent, but like
Yeah. Yeah. No, well. we can cut this if you want.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
I've like people always say that it's like you either parent the exact same way you were parented or you parent the exact opposite way you were parented.
People do say that. And
And I'm
honestly,
not saying opposite for your parents. I'm just saying like
there's some things I will do differently
yeah.
um than my parents, but I also was always pretty much allowed to do things.
Hmm.
We were given the choice. We were allowed to make choices. Like my parents didn't really make choices for us for a lot of things, which is something that I would do. I will do. I want to do.
Yeah.
Like if we wanted to do something, like if I wanted to hang out with my friends, I could hang out with like I could hang out with my friends. If we didn't want to go to church, that's also was an option we got to make when we were older.
I think that's important, like for
I do
kids
too.
to like learn how to make choices for themselves because I think it helps like you figure out like back to priorities. Like it helps you figure out what your priorities are
Yeah.
as a
And my
person.
parents would tell us their opinions on our choices, but we still got to make them.
That's valid. Um, Speaking of priorities, if you were to rank like your top five priorities in life, what would they be?
My top five priorities in life.
Yeah, like what are your top five priorities?
Well, we know number one is like to have a family, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's my top priority.
Okay.
But so I guess does that encompasses me having children and a husband, I
Yes.
suppose,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
family. Um, a pretty high priority would be, I mean, graduating pharmacy school, finding a career that I enjoy. Um, I related to my career, I'm really passionate about advocating for patients. Like I talked about this a lot in my pharmacy school
Mm.
interviews, and I think about it a lot, especially um assuming I become like a NICU or PICU pharmacist that's my plan, right?
Hmm.
Um I don't know, just trying to make some change that makes it so that my patients are able to be like have proper advocates because a lot of the times because the patients can't really advocate for themselves, they get a little lost in systems. So
Yeah.
I guess that's something that's really important to me. Traveling, I want to see some new places and travel to new places. I feel like I learn some of the most I've learned about like other countries, other
Mm.
communities, about the world, about looking outside of myself by traveling.
Yeah.
Um, and then five, I don't know, just I want to make sure I continue to prioritize through my life like close familial relationships, like with my sisters and my parents and
Mm.
stuff.
I love it. Those are great. Like
Thanks.
I
I
have
have never really thought about like ranking my top five, so those I mean, I don't know if if you
yeah.
asked me again, I would say the same things, but those are really important things to me, I
And like
guess.
it's I feel like it's okay for them to like shift order,
Yeah.
new ones move up. Like it's really day to day, year to year,
Hmm.
century to
Good point.
century.
Good point. You're right. I'm only 22. Like I've got a
You're
lot of
only
life to live.
22. Yeah. Okay. So I feel we've talked about this before where I
Hmm.
feel like you have like changed like for both of us like we've changed and grown so much like within our friendship like
Yeah.
not like just like our friendships changed but I mean like as individuals like while we've been friends we've like changed and grown because that's what you do in life hopefully. Woo. But
Hopefully. Yeah.
but if you like think about yourself now compared to yourself like a year ago, or it doesn't even have to be like an entire year ago, but like within the last year, like how are you a different person? And like whether it's like a positive or negative thing, like do you ever like do things actively to, because I'm not sure I do, but I'm just like, do you ever like do things actively to like I guess like choose who you want to become? That sounds like really weird, but
No, that's not weird. That's
I don't know if that actually made sense.
I think so. I mean, I feel like I we are different in the way that we set goals. Like
Yes, we're very different in that.
I love a goal. I like to know exactly what I'm trying to work towards. Um I don't know. Like even in the last year, I guess I ran a half marathon and then like a
Yeah.
faster half marathon than the one I'd run previously and decided that I wanted to train for a full marathon. So I feel like the
That's
act of
huge.
choosing and then also the training is coming to an end really of for the marathon. So that's kind of like physically, I guess, a way I've changed. Um, I don't know. I've made some, well, I guess, yeah, it's not a secret, but I've had it's no secret that
I'm
for
sorry.
many, many years of my life, I've had a lot of issues with food. Like, I've really had a lot of struggles around food. And I feel like in the last 6 months, not saying I've been perfect at this, but I've decided that I've like made the active conscious decision that I don't want to have these issues. And I'm not saying that
Hmm.
means that I will not have like the feelings, thoughts associated with it,
Yeah.
but I have like decided life is better when you're not starving. Like starving does not make life better.
Yeah.
Um, your body feeling strong is more important than your body looking a certain way
Yeah.
sometimes.
No, I feel like I've noticed that from you within like the last few months specifically, where like I feel like I've seen you, like even though we're not even like living near each other anymore, but I've seen you within the last few months like make the active like mental decision not to let some of these things affect you.
Yeah.
And like while like they'll still affect you mentally, like
And
I feel like you're definitely like you've made like a bigger push for yourself to not let it affect like your actions, even if it affects your thoughts. And
yeah,
I'm proud
and
of you. That's like
thank you.
that's so difficult because you're I mean, I can't say like you're not going to get rid of those thoughts because like I don't technically know, but like those are like thoughts that just like don't go away. So
Yeah.
like to not let it affect your actions is hard and I'm proud.
It is hard. And like not every day. I'm not great at it every day. But I feel like that has been a big one for me because that has been kind of an issue for me for many, many, many years of my life. So like even just like the choice to be like, okay, that's not how I want to live my life forever. For a few things, like just managing my mental health in general. I've
Hmm.
also made some like choices there where I'm like, I would rather, I need to get on this now. Like, why do I choose to
Hmm.
live this, like, I don't know. Just, I don't want my mental
Yeah.
health and like some of my like issues with my thinking, I don't want them to control me for my whole life. So I feel like in the last few months, I've made some active choices to change that.
And those are really hard choices. Like that's huge.
Thank you.
So that's awesome. Okay, you brought up your marathon training, which I
Yeah.
wanted to bring up. So,
Okay.
like you said, you're training for a marathon. It's at the beginning of October.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember. Is it like the 6th?
Fourth.
4th? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Um, but so you're training for a marathon. That's obviously like tough both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
Is there anything that like when you look, I know you're not done yet, but like you've like hit so many like I love getting the text messages of like, oh my gosh, this is like my first time running this far ever and like I did it. Like that's insane. Um when you look back at this like time of training and like the mental and physical stamina that it takes, is there anything that you think like is there like a life lesson or like something that you like when you like a takeaway from this experience other than just like the crazy fact that you're gonna be running a marathon?
Sure. I think there's a lot of days. The thing with marathon training that is and this is the same with training for really anything. And I've pretty much been training in some way my whole life, like whether it was swimming or for some other race, whatever. But there are days when you just don't want to do it at all,
Mhm.
right? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to do a long run or I don't want to get up at all and I don't want to run. If you watched my my failed day in the life the other day, you see that it's pitch black outside when I start
Yeah, it was
running,
really
which
dark.
is like it's hard. Yeah, pitch black outside. It's hard to peel myself out of my bed a lot of mornings to like get up to do that, especially when I like work late and I have a lot of homework, whatever.
Mhm.
But like, I think I've learned that like effort is effort. If like a run goes poorly and life moves on. Like things don't
Mhm.
always go the way you want them to, but like putting in the effort is well, I hope ultimately what's gonna help me finish the race.
Yeah.
And like some days it's like my goal was I was like there were definitely days where I was like, okay, I'm gonna run X amount of miles today and I just didn't get there. Whether it be like my body just feels too tired or I can't like mentally I'm too distracted, whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've realized that like everything isn't gonna be 100%. Like you just can't be 100% successful at everything, and that's okay. Like effort is effort.
Effort is effort. I love that. That's good. I don't know. Like I feel like that sounds like a cliche, but I also feel like I haven't really heard that. So
Yeah, it's not
you've in,
groundbreaking, but I think
you've
that that's what
invented
I've
my new
learned.
cliche.
Okay, effort is effort.
Effort is effort. I don't know if that's actually the definition of a cliche, but it's what
I'll take it.
I'm gonna need a pause real quick. My dog keeps scratching at the door.
Okay, let's pause.
Normally, I'd tell him to suck it up, but he's farting. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, wait, while we're paused, how are you liking the questions?
These are good questions. You've come up with some good ones. I've
I
been
wanted
brainstorming my questions for you, and
I want
these are fun.
I wanted it to be like mentally stimulating, not just like
Yeah,
dumb stuff.
it
How
is
much
mentally
do you know
stimulating.
what time we started?
I think we're about 35 minutes in.
Okay. I just have like a few more
Okay.
that I want to talk about. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to like think of like which ones I want to do next. I think I'll do two more like actual questions and then move on to like I have maybe like a more fun one.
Okay.
Okay. So okay. So I know like people say like live your life with no regrets, but like do you oh wait, dang, I know the answer to this question.
You can ask it. The listeners might not.
Sorry, I was gonna say are hmm I don't okay. Sorry, my thought process just like went a million miles per hour about the fact
That's okay.
whether you wanted this on the internet or not. Do you have any regrets? Yeah, see, I do know that. As I said it, I'm like, oof, I know the answer to this. We don't have to have this in. If
No,
that's
it's okay. It's fine. Just no one tell my mom, okay? Uh,
tell her not to listen to this
I
episode.
already told my mom she can't listen to this episode.
Perfect.
No one tell my mom, but or my dad. My sisters already know. Whatever. My cousins, guys, this is me talking to you guys. This is a secret. If you
Yeah.
listen,
It's like
this
bro
is
code, but
safe.
cousin code. Like,
Yeah, the guys. I'm being really dead serious. Parents, no one can know, okay? Anyway, I have a tattoo. A little baby tiny tattoo that
she's
like I
really
don't want to.
minuscule.
She's so tiny. She's literally like 1 centimeter. But it's the principle of having her on my body forever.
Yeah.
And so I kind of regret it, but at the same time,
Hmm.
this is what I'll say. When I got tattoo, I was not in a good spot mentally, like a pretty bad spot mentally.
Yeah.
And I feel like since getting it, it's kind of a reminder of some growth that I've had,
Hmm.
and it's like it's okay. And so I wouldn't
Yeah.
say like I would if I went back in time, I would not get it again. Just because I don't really like tattoos for myself.
Yeah.
But
And you're allowed to have that.
yeah,
You're allowed to think that. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I just don't really like tattoos for myself. But I've also realized life goes on. It's okay.
Also,
Um, I mean, I've had it for like oh my gosh, like over 3 years
I was
now.
about to say, like, it's
Three
almost
year
4 years.
anniversary came and went. Like, um,
Yeah.
and the people who I want to know, the people who I don't want to know don't know,
Don't know.
and it's okay.
It is okay. And I also, yeah, I feel like it has kind of served as a reminder for you.
Yeah,
And that's cool.
it helps me remember I do not want to be back in the place where I was in my head at that point, and what more can you ask for?
Facts. Sorry. Sorry that my brain thought of that as I was
No,
saying it.
yeah, it's a fair response.
Okay. So this one's like maybe, I don't know, it's not like a loaded question, but like you
Okay,
might, I don't know. I sh
let's
maybe
see.
should have given you some of these in advance just so you could like think about them. But off the cuff,
Hmm.
what do you think? like people misunderstand most about you? In like how are you misunderstood
Hmm,
most?
that's a good question.
And to like bring this up, which we also don't have to include this, I was just thinking about like kind of like like other people's perceptions of like,
Uh-huh.
everyone perceives everyone, unfortunately.
Yes.
And I wanted to know if you think, like, when you think of other people's perceptions of you, do you think that that was changed after you had your breast reduction?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Um,
Like,
I actually don't think people's perception of me changed a ton just because pre-breast reduction, I was really, really good at making my boobs look smaller.
okay, that's actually so true though. You
Like,
you
I
did
think
master making your boobs look small.
I was really good at the compression, the like doing pretty much whatever it took to like minimize the effect that they had on my
Yeah.
look. Um, though I will say, when any time that I didn't do that and my boobs were on display, for lack of a better word.
It's first of all, a woman with big boobs whose boobs look like they're out, maybe it's just because they're there. Okay?
No, like
Like,
I'm being
sorry, I
serious,
just
like
had,
literally just like
yeah,
wearing a normal shirt, like my
they're,
boobs looked like they were out.
yeah.
Or like I got told a lot, like if I was sitting with good posture, it's my family would say like, "Oh, you're just trying to show your tits."
It's like, no,
I
you
wasn't
have
trying to show
tits.
my tits. I had H size tits,
Remember what we said at the beginning? How tall is Sarah?
literally.
Sorry.
But no, that's okay. So I think like in that way, it hasn't actually changed a ton just because now like I'll wear clothes where it's more obvious. I still have boobs, guys.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, like
I love to compliment them. She's got great
she
boobs.
does. Thank you, Susan. But so I don't think in that way like people's perception of me physically changed a ton. I think that it could have changed a bit and I think my confidence increased a
Mm.
lot. Um, which I mean, I think people perceive confidence.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
maybe in that way, I think I feel more confident, act more confident, and dress more confidently.
Mm. I agree
So
with the
maybe?
dress more confidently for sure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think that's definitely something I've noticed. And it's like good to see you like feel confident about how you look.
Thanks.
But okay. So, I have like I can ask you questions for forever. But I'm gonna ask you, okay, if you were to rank, okay, we're not going deep into like like obscure colors, but if you were
Oh,
to
okay.
rank the colors of the rainbow, including pink, okay, like I know that's technically not like
Okay.
Roy G
Okay.
Biv,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever, but you could include pink. What order would you rank them?
Yeah. Green goes first.
Yes.
Wait, is it like just colors generally or like to wear on my body?
Just colors generally, but like if you want to specify that, like if you were wearing it, you would have ranked it this. It's up to you.
Okay. Green is number one color for me, whether I'm wearing it, looking at it.
You look great in green.
Thank you. Being surrounded by it. I love green. So green will definitely win. And then if we're including pink, I go back and
Oh,
forth on whether I'm a pink or purple girl.
I was about to say you can include like that. Sarah has like this specific shade of purple that it's like her phone case was at one point. It's like kind of the color you're wearing,
Yeah, it
actually.
is low key the color I'm
And
wearing.
it's like I associate that color purple. It's not like a magenta, but it's like a magenta-y purple.
It is a little bit.
You know? Anyways,
Yeah.
I associate a very specific shade of green and that shade of purple with Sarah.
Which I kind of appreciate because I
In case
love those
anyone was
colors.
wondering.
Because like my glasses used to be purple too.
Yes.
Um, so I think my order would go green, purple, pink, red, blue, red, orange, blue,
Orange before
yellow.
blue. Okay.
Orange used to be my favorite color. I don't look good in orange, and well, I used to wear a lot of burnt orange, but
Mm.
I don't look good in orange. And I guess I never really choose things that are orange, but I just like the color, I think, as an idea. I used to be such like the biggest blue hater, and I'm kind of coming around to blue. My
Oh,
nails are blue for
they look good.
viewers. Thank you. But I feel maybe blue before orange.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's my order. Did
Okay.
I miss any colors?
No,
No.
I was like kind of trying to track it in my head to make sure because I thought you were gonna like if I had forgotten a color to list, it would have been orange. So I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta make sure we have orange.
Yeah, I got orange. I also love a rainbow and I love putting things in rainbow order, so that probably helps.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously you're a Swiftie.
Well, duh.
I want you to name your top three Taylor Swift songs. And
Okay.
I need specification on like Taylor's
Taylor's
version
version?
or like not.
Okay. Well, I've always said that I think my favorite all-time Taylor Swift song is Sparks Fly from Speak Now.
That is such a good song.
It's such a good song. It's like so sweet and like it's like I think the hopeless romantic in me just like kind of loves it. And I also like have some fun memories of with my dad. Like my dad knows all the words to that song too. So like when we were in Europe
Mm.
together last year, there was a lot of songs where I was like trying to see how many words from Taylor Swift songs he knew, but like that one he knows the whole thing and I know that it's like yeah. So I think that one's my like number one top favorite.
Okay.
Um I think Taylor's version.
It's I like the Taylor's version of that. And
Yeah.
I liked so she talked about sorry, side note. She
No, go
talked
ahead.
about I watched the whole New Heights podcast episode with her and she talked about how like because Jason was like, "Do you prefer when people listen to Taylor's version or like the original version?" And she was like, "Whatever floats your boat now that she owns her masters."
Yeah,
But she mentioned that she is like more proud of and thinks the vocals like her own vocals and that side of the production are better on the Taylor's version.
I
And
agree.
I agree. Some of
For the
them it's
most
like
part. There's a few songs that I don't love
there's
as
a few
much.
songs where it's like more nostalgic because like her voice was like younger and had like more of a natural like I don't know, younger sound because she was
Yeah,
younger. But anyways, that's why like I do tend to like the Taylor's versions better.
agree. And then I, which am I weirdly Dress from Reputation is
Mm,
coming to mind,
it's a good song.
and I just think it's a fun song.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's actually like, maybe it's not number two actually, but like I do really like
it's
it.
up there.
Like it's up there for sure. And then it's hard because there's a bunch of songs that I love like for nostalgic reasons, like from
Mhm.
my childhood and like I have memories with my sisters singing and like dancing to these songs
Yes.
or like those types of things and I feel like Sparks Fly kind of encompasses that and like I don't know, just it's a fun song.
Yeah.
But this is really hard. What song? Let me look at a
Okay.
list really quick. Just give me 2 seconds.
You're good. Mm, 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 mm.
Okay, randomly, I don't know if this is right either, but I also really love Wildest Dreams from 1989.
Oh, that's because that's an amazing song.
Yeah. So maybe those are my
Uh,
three, I guess.
okay.
And then I get three different albums. I mean, I'm a little sad Fearless makes no appearance, but like, that's okay.
It's Fearless is such a good album.
Fearless is just such a good album. Like overall
Fearless-
as an album, it's incredible. Yeah, but I think those are going to be my three.
Okay. I love that. Um, my next question was going to be because I know you listen to so many genres.
I do.
So many genres. You're my genre queen.
I know.
You're my favorite friend to talk about, well, a lot of things. But but I love that you like I can talk about music with you because you just have an appreciation for things. But my next question is gonna be like, what are like three of your top songs, like just not Taylor Swift, or Taylor Swift could be included of all time, slash like, or you could do like three of your favorite artists. And why, when I was thinking about this question, sorry to if this skews your thought process, but I was thinking about this question when I was driving back from my uncle's today. And I was like, why is the first song that comes to my mind for you is Slut Me Out?
That is funny. That's funny.
Not, not naughty, guys. I don't mean like as a description for Sarah. I just mean as
Well, I have been known to listen to some unhinged music, frankly.
and I love it. Um, but yeah, why was that a thought I had?
That's funny. That's really funny. I don't know if I can pick three songs,
Okay, that's okay.
but artist-wise,
Yeah.
this is maybe interesting. But my current, I think, top three artist. Shoot, this is hard. Okay, my current three favorites though, and I feel like they've been pretty consistent favorites for at least a couple of years. This might be, and it encompasses three different genres, so I feel like it's okay.
Yeah,
So Taylor Swift, obviously, she's in
obviously.
the top three, and then Kendrick Lamar
Yeah.
and Morgan Wallen. I think those are my current top
Mm.
threes. So
And yes, that is good. That feels right. Honestly,
yeah,
I'm gonna say that feels right because even if it's because the other artists you listen to, I feel like fall into like those artist categories.
yeah, they do
Like
really well.
like
Like
not even
Taylor
just
Swift, like does like the pop
mm-hmm.
and a little bit of like indie-ish. Like she does that. She
Mm-hmm.
covers all that for me. And then I am a sucker for some like hip hop and rap.
Yeah,
And
I'm kind of shocked Nicki Minaj wasn't in there.
oh my gosh, I love Nicki Minaj. And I had like a Jack Harlow week. I've been listening to
Oh,
so
yes.
much
Sarah
Jack.
goes through Jack Harlow phases.
Yeah, hardcore. I love Jack Harlow. And I've been listening to randomly
Sophomore
I've
year,
gotten
you
back
were
into
deep in
Juice
a Jack Har.
World and I've been listening to a lot of Juice World and like I know I shouldn't listen to Kanye, but like some of his old stuff is just really good and I've been listening to anyway. So I feel like Kendrick is so good. So I feel like he's like encapsulating that genre for me. And then in the last couple of years I've like delved into this like country
I
music.
know. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. But Morgan Wallen's my favorite and I know he is also like poppy, but he also has some like actual country and I do like
Mhm.
all of his albums. And some of those
Yeah.
are straight up country, I think.
His song with Tate McRae, though, I know like some people
Oh,
that
oh
might
my
not
God.
consider some people might not consider that country, but you can't deny it's a good song.
It's a good song. Oh, I love Tay McRae too, but she's
So
part
good.
of the pop genre, so it's
Yes, yeah,
okay.
she's encompassed.
Yeah. Anyway, I think those are my top three.
Okay, I love that. Okay, Sarah, before I ask the final question,
Okay.
is there anything you want our viewers slash listeners to know about you?
Oh.
Any final thoughts for them?
No, but can they just, I just really want our listeners to know that I actually do love them. I appreciate that people listen. And
I do too.
honestly, I'm like, Susan and I do this for fun. Like,
Oh
this
yeah.
is really just fun for me. It's like giving Susan and I a specific thing to talk about helps our friendship even stay connected more than we already do.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, it's fun for me that people listen.
Girl, I
So
just
I
broke
guess
my
that's nice.
necklace, but
Oh, girl, that's sad.
it is sad. It's okay. I'll get fixed. I have a pile of jewelry that I've broken within the last like three
Oh,
weeks.
oops. Also, if you saw me stick out my tongue like 5 minutes ago, it's because I was seeing if my tongue was green. Because once again, I'm drinking green Crystal Light.
She chooses to do this every time we record.
Apparently, I haven't even been drinking green Crystal Light. Like, I think this is my last packet.
Is there any question that you wished I had asked you?
No, you can ask me whatever you want. So,
No, I don't know.
no, nothing that I.
Okay.
There's some things I'm surprised you didn't ask, but nothing that I wished you
I was
asked.
trying to be nice.
You can ask whatever you want.
I'm gonna refrain
Okay.
because I want you to be nice to me.
Oh, I will be nice too,
I
girl. I've
know.
already started working on my questions.
Okay, so now my last question for you
Yes?
is again, with as minimal thinking as possible, describe yourself in three words. And we're gonna see if they're the exact same three words. As little thinking as possible.
My literally I go back to loud, stubborn, and what my other
Little thinking as possible.
passionate.
Oh wow! That's like when you ask people with like Alzheimer or something, like remember these words, and then it's
I
like 5 minutes later, what are these words? I
I'm
just,
actually really good at those.
I just, I'm glad.
I don't have Alzheimer's.
I'm sorry that you don't have Alzheimer's at
Well,
22
yeah,
years
I'm
old.
really afraid of developing it. But I'm only 22, so I'm
Is
trying
there
to
a
remind
family his
myself.
is there a family history of it?
Actually, my great grandma,
Well, that's okay. That seems like that's like a little bit
but
removed.
she was like in her 90s. Well,
Hmm.
my grandparents aren't that old yet.
Oh, see, I was just talking today. Side note, I was just talking today with my uncle about the fact that my grandparents are like getting old, and then I was like, dang, once they die, I'm grandparentless.
Oh,
Grandparentless at like 23 because,
that's
well,
crazy.
they would have to die within the next like year and a half.
Yeah.
But like still like they're having anyways. Crazy.
No, like I still got grandparents in their 60s.
Oh, my dad's in his 60s.
Yeah. So my grandparents are pretty young.
Okay, well,
Anyway,
I think you'll be okay.
I hope
But
so.
I'm actually really impressed though that you said the same words because I was thinking that like maybe like after you had talked about yourself for a while, I was wondering if like like subconsciously like the words would have changed. But
No.
that was like I guess maybe like my science experiment.
No, I think that's reasonable, and I kind of thought they would a little bit because I had to feel like the way you approached the question, I was like, she's
Yeah,
gonna loop back. But I still feel like those describe
I
me pretty well.
I agree they really do. And I think those are things I love about you too.
Thanks.
Anyways, so that's all I had.
Perfect. That's great. All right, guys. 2 weeks, you'll get to hear all about Susan.
Oh, I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
Just kidding. No, I
You
actually
were
think
so nice with your questions, like nothing I'm afraid of, really. So,
I know because, guys, just so you know, the episode really could have taken a turn. We could
I
have.
was really afraid Susan was gonna ask certain things.
See, Sarah and I have had this discussion before. We can't stop being friends with each other because we could ruin each other's lives.
Susan knows some things I should not have told people.
So, and there have been some times where I've been like, You're the only person I can speak this thing to."
Yeah, Susan's gotten some debriefs that should not have left my own ex life experience.
So, no, but that's how we want it. I mean, we
This
had
is how we want it, but
we had a very in-depth discussion about last weekend about how in-depth we want it. And
oh yeah.
if I'm not birthing Sarah's baby for just kidding. Anyways, yeah, tune in 2 weeks
Yeah.
to hear. I mean, I hope you all love Sarah as much as I love her.
Aw.